We have a warning to all renters and parents of young renters. If your apartment becomes uninhabitable because of a fire, flood, or wind damage, you don't have to pay rent, right? Think again. Patty Cordes looks around her son's apartment building.
It started on this side.
2 weeks ago, fire damaged the building, forcing 6 tenants out. It left her son, Alex Garcia, a full-time landscaper with no place to live. But making matters worse,
they actually called me the next day the rent was due. So they're making the payment. I told them no, I'm not living there. There's no reason to pay the rent.
That's right. The manager told him to pay his rent or face a penalty.
And corporate requires rent. That's just what they told us.
Alex was under the impression that if your apartment becomes uninhabitable through no fault of your own, you don't have to pay the rent unless they give you an alternate place to live.
So I asked him, then are you going to place them into another unit in a week? Then my son has no problem paying the rent.
No one was in the office when we stopped by, but a manager told us later by phone, no comment. So what are your rights? An attorney specializing in landlord-tenant law, Michael Spillane, tells us almost every state has an implied warranty of habitability, which requires landlords to provide a livable unit or substitute.
Did they give you another apartment?
No.
Despite that, Spillane says Alex should place his rent money in a temporary escrow account, which can be set up at any local courthouse. That way, you can legally dispute paying for an apartment that you can't live in. Bottom line, never assume you can skip that rent check just because you can't live in your apartment. It's unfortunately how leases work, so be careful. And as always, don't waste your money. I'm Amira David, 7 Action News.